자꾸 옆에서 잔소리 하니까 아주 듣기 싫어 죽겠네. 아니야, 아무것도 아니야.
괜찮아? 괜찮아.
Don't you know his grandma name? What is it?
Like her Korean name or her English name?
She took an English name once she arrived in the United States as Charlotte.
My grandma's name is Charlotte Song.
I know both.
I call her Oma.
Halmani.
She's my paternal grandmother, and my maternal grandmother, they both have perms. Both of my grandmothers have perms, but my maternal grandmother just had a much bigger perm than the other one, so I always called them big hair halmoni and small hair halmoni. I used to see her a lot more often when I was like a child, because my parents would like specifically schedule themselves on the weekends to be working at the same time. So like my grandparents would have an excuse to come down and like babysit us.
I don't have a whole lot of memories of things that I actually did with her. She was just always cleaning the house or in the kitchen.
All I know about my grandma when she was younger was that I think she met my grandpa at like a church or something like that. She used to be a nurse too, I believe.
She liked the story Cinderella because it reminded her of herself, because her mother had died in childbirth, and then her stepmother like was not the fondest of her, and it wasn't the greatest situation.
She's always been very affectionate and very physically demonstrative, you know, lots of hugs and kisses growing up, and we're still that way.
My dad told me this story about how when he was a kid, my grandma would always lay at the like foot of like him and his siblings' bed and like rub their feet. She would fall asleep while she was doing it, and my dad would like kick her to like awake, so she would keep doing it until he fell asleep. So I was like lying down and like asking her to do it, and she did it no problem, and then she fell asleep, and I didn't kick my feet. So I was very proud of myself for that. In that moment, I felt connected to her and connected to my dad as well, just like through that like physical contact and just like that memory.
아빠가 좋아요. 와! 잘했다. 박수, 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 박수. 박수.
지금 테이프에 떠요. 지금 테이프에 쓰입니다.
갑자기 생각 안 나. 다시 쓰면.
So when my mother found out she was going to have a granddaughter, she was ecstatic because the first 3 grandchildren that she had were all boys. And she had been waiting for another girl in the family for the last probably 40 years before my daughter was born.
I think she has been a lot nicer to you because she was such a strict disciplinarian with me, and you were just her little baby granddaughter, so she was just always adoring. She has gotten our names mixed up occasionally. She'd be talking about you and would accidentally say my name or something like that, so I don't know what's going on there.
When I like grew up, grandma's health like started to deteriorate. It's a little hard to connect with her sometimes because sometimes she calls me by my dad's name.
I was pretty young when she used to take care of us. I think it stopped once I was like 10. I don't know, I just kind of wish we could connect more as like people, right? Like know the mundane things, know the everyday things.
My mother and my daughter are similar in some ways. I find both to be somewhat perfectionist when they want to do something that they deeply care about.
There's a photo that I have of your grandma when she was about your age. Old black and white photo from the 1950s, I would guess. And I could have sworn I was looking at a picture of you.
What she knows about me is kind of limited to how I was when I was like 6. She's stuck in this like postcard version of me from like 11 years ago.
If my mother found, no, let me back up. If my mother learned things about her grandchildren that she did not agree with, I think my mother would be quite despondent and feel like she had failed as a grandmother, as a person.
This might be just a Korean thing, but also specifically a her thing. She's very preoccupied with appearances. Korean communities feel just a little more, at least in my experience, disconnected, but I still think there would be that feeling of just like shame. If there wasn't that sort of fear, maybe I could share that part about my life and then I could hear some of her stories, but because of the disconnect, I don't know if I'll ever hear them or if she'll ever hear them.
It would be something that I think she would not comprehend very well. So I wouldn't use that unless,
I'm not going
yeah.
There's like a cultural divide and there's more than anything a language barrier. She only mainly speaks Korean and I have like rudimentary, like kind of awful Korean, like at best. It's like hard to communicate with her. It would be hard even if we both knew English, but we don't. So it's like layer upon layer of just like things that we can't really bridge very easily. And I feel like one of the things that exemplifies that is that I don't know her name. Like, I don't know her Korean name. Like I've always just called her Nominee.
Audrey.
So we can just start. What's your name?
당신 이름이 뭐냐고. 장정권이라고 그래.
이름 할머니 이름 몰라?
No, I know. But for the
당신 입으로 얘기해야 녹음이 되지.
아휴, 자꾸 옆에서 잔소리하니까 아주 듣기 싫어 죽겠네. 아니야, 아무것도 아니야.
괜찮아.
Don't you know his grandma name? What is it?
장정권.
어? 정권성?
장정권.
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 It's my oldest.
영어 쓰지 말고 지금 한국말로만 하자는 거야.
정말 미치겠네. 할아버지가 굉장히 부자였지, 리치맨이었지. 그렇게 하고 사우스 와서도 큰 하우스 호텔을 할아버지가 세웠으니까 그 할아버지가 그냥 그거 엄마 더 생각 안 나.
너 엄마 아udrey age 때 친구하고 뭐 했어?
아유, 야, 그게 그게 없어. 부잣집 아이하고 가난한 집 아이하고 차이가 있으니까 페런스들이 못 나가게 했지.
반대했어?
큰일 나지. 더 생각이 안 나.
So what mom was saying was, as a teenager, the rich kids and the poor kids could not mingle because the parents wouldn't let them. No, 나 아udrey한테 translate it. And since then, Korea was such a poor country that social
얘도 오드리도 잘 알아듣는데.
조금씩 알아.
조금.
아유, 자식이. 할아버지 꼭 닮았어. 왜 할아버지 꼭 지금 보니까 어렸을 때는 보다 지금 또 달라져서 왔잖아. 근데 왜 할아버지 많이 닮았어.
What was it like being a mother? 엄마.
I can't translate that.
나 한참씩 스티브가 멀어서 내가 얘기하는데 그 당신이 아이들 갖기 시작했을 때 어땠는지 그런 얘기를 묻는 거라고 지금.
다 똑같지 뭐. 자꾸 머리 했으니까 지금 어지러워 디지하고.
오케이. 오케이, 조금만 할게.
아이고.
Just a little bit.
Mommy, is a grandma, is a story. That's it.
She doesn't want to answer.
My
She just said she's
eyes
too
and
tired now.
head
She said
is
everything's the
so
same and so
weak
she's
and
tired now. It's okay.
special is my is not I
I got it wrong.
so tired
Wrong
and
what? Dictionary?
I can't
Yeah.
stand.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I don't like
Oh.
it.
피곤해 엄마? 다 했어 엄마.
엄마도 못해.
알았어.
어렸을 때 그.
You know what? It was, could have been done with the Como, because if I say something, she tried to misunderstand me and mad at me. She thinks that I disrespect her, So with the Como by her side, you could have much, better.
I think I'd like to remember. See, it's interesting because there are things I want to remember that just never happened.
Who's that? Who's that? That's Audrey. Audrey.
She kissing? Hi, sweetie. Audrey, peekaboo, where's Audrey? Peekaboo, where's Audrey? There she is.